After 70, 99% of deaths are caused by just 5 factors. Did you know that 99% of deaths after age 70 come down to just a handful of causes? Many people assume that passing away at an advanced age is simply part of nature. But the truth is, most fatalities in this age group stem from preventable risks. Risks that are often overlooked or ignored until it's too late. The biggest problem? By the time most people realize something's wrong, their health has already declined, and their options are limited. But if you understand these dangers early, you can take simple, smart steps to protect yourself, and potentially extend your life in ways you never thought possible. In this video, we're uncovering the 5 leading causes of death after age 70, the ones responsible for nearly all fatalities in this age group. Some may sound familiar, others might surprise you, but one thing is certain: awareness is the first step to prevention. These aren't just numbers. They represent real lives, real families, and real choices that can be the difference between struggling with health issues or living a long, active, fulfilling life. Stick around until the end because these 5 causes are not inevitable. In fact, many people have significantly reduced their risk, stayed independent longer, and even added years or decades to their lives, just by making small but meaningful changes. The choices you make today may determine how strong, capable, and independent you remain in the years to come. Let's dive in. Number 1, heart disease. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death for people over 70, and yet, many don't realize how much control they actually have over it. The heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it either stays strong with care, or it weakens from years of neglect. The problem is, you don't always feel the warning signs. Many people assume that slowing down, feeling tired, or getting winded easily is just part of aging. But in many cases, those are signals that your heart is no longer functioning the way it should, and that's something worth paying close attention to. One of the biggest silent contributors? High blood pressure. Over time, it puts immense stress on your arteries, forcing your heart to work harder than it should. The tricky part is, there's no pain, no obvious signs, no early symptoms, until a heart attack or stroke forces the issue. Poor diet is another major cause. Decades of processed foods, excess sodium, and unhealthy fats slowly clog arteries and limit blood flow. And here's what most people don't realize. It's not just about avoiding bad foods. Your heart needs the right fuel to stay strong. If your meals are lacking in heart-healthy nutrients, the damage builds up faster than you think. And of course, a sedentary lifestyle plays a huge role. The heart isn't meant to sit still all day. When you stop moving, circulation slows, muscles weaken, and your heart doesn't get the workout it needs to stay strong. You don't need to run marathons, but regular movement, even light walking or stretching, keeps your heart pumping efficiently and greatly lowers your risk. The biggest myth? That heart disease is just a part of getting older. Many assume it's genetic or that there's nothing they can do. But in truth, small daily choices make a huge impact. What you eat, how you move, how you manage stress. It all matters. If you take one thing away from this section, let it be this: you have more control over your heart health than you think. And the best time to protect it? Right now. Number 2, falls and injuries. One of the most dangerous and most overlooked risks after 70 isn't a disease. It's a fall. It can happen in a split second. One misstep, one dizzy moment, one slick floor, and suddenly everything changes. A fractured hip, a head injury, or even what looks like a minor bruise can spiral into a life-threatening event. Here's something shocking. Falls are among the top causes of injury-related deaths in older adults. Millions visit emergency rooms every year because of falls. And for many, that one incident starts a decline they never fully recover from. A broken hip can mean months in bed, a loss of independence, and a much higher risk of infections and complications. Yet, most people don't take fall prevention seriously until it's already happened, to them or someone they love. Why is this so common? Because balance, muscle strength, and reflexes decline gradually, so gradually, in fact, that we don't even notice. You might feel perfectly fine walking around your home, until one day, you reach for something, lose balance, and gravity takes over. And the body simply doesn't recover like it used to. What was once a harmless trip can now result in a broken bone, hospital stay, or long-term mobility issues. Worse yet, fear of falling leads to more falling. Many older adults, after a fall or close call, begin avoiding movement altogether. They stop walking, skip stairs, and withdraw from activity out of fear. But the less you move, the weaker you get, and the more likely you are to fall again. It's a vicious cycle, and one that can quickly steal your independence. But here's the good news. Falls are preventable. Simple steps can make a huge difference. Strengthen your legs and core. Improve your balance with focused exercises. Make small changes at home like better lighting, non-slip mats, and sturdy handrails. There's another hidden risk: medications. Many common prescriptions cause dizziness, drowsiness, or drops in blood pressure that make falls more likely. Ever stood up quickly and felt lightheaded? That's a warning sign. Talk to your doctor. Make sure your medications aren't increasing your risk. Because falling isn't just about tripping. It's about staying strong, staying steady, and staying aware of the little things that make a big difference. After 70, a single fall can change your entire life. But taking a few smart precautions today can mean years of mobility, independence, and confidence. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, leave a comment below with number 2, so we know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the button and turn on the bell so you don't miss the rest of this important series. Let's keep going. Number 3, respiratory diseases. Breathing is something we take for granted until it becomes difficult. What begins as a mild cough or a bit of shortness of breath can quickly turn into chronic illness, serious infection, or even hospitalization. And after age 70, respiratory diseases become one of the leading causes of death. Not because they're inevitable, but because they're so often ignored until it's too late. One of the most dangerous and under-recognized conditions is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, which includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Over time, the airways become inflamed and narrowed, making it harder and harder to breathe. Many seniors brush off frequent coughing, wheezing, or breathlessness, assuming it's just part of getting older. But in reality, these are red flags that your lungs are struggling and need attention. Then there's pneumonia, often dismissed as just a cold gone bad. But for older adults, pneumonia can be incredibly dangerous. What starts as mild congestion or chest discomfort can escalate into a life-threatening infection, especially since the immune system weakens with age. Pneumonia leads to a large number of hospitalizations after age 70, and in many cases, triggers a decline in overall health from which some people never fully recover. Another major factor? Poor air quality. Years of exposure to dust, pollution, smoke, and chemical fumes, even indoors, gradually damage the lungs. Inside the home, mold, pet dander, and cleaning chemicals can worsen breathing problems, especially for those already managing asthma or COPD. That's why making simple changes like using air purifiers, avoiding smoke exposure, and reducing indoor pollutants can help protect your lungs and make a big difference. One of the most overlooked ways to support lung health is to stay physically active. Your lungs, like any part of the body, need exercise to stay strong. When you move, your lungs expand fully, helping clear out mucus and keep airways open. But when you sit for long periods, your breathing becomes shallow and your lung capacity slowly declines. Even light movement, such as walking, stretching, or gentle aerobic exercise, can help maintain healthy lung function. And the more regularly you move, the more efficiently your lungs work, reducing your risk of infection and disease. Another crucial step: staying up to date with vaccinations. Too many older adults underestimate how important flu shots, pneumonia vaccines, and other respiratory-related immunizations are. But these simple steps can dramatically reduce your chances of severe illness or hospitalization. It's not just about avoiding a rough cold. It's about preventing serious, even deadly complications. Breathing should never feel like a struggle, but for many people over 70 it does. Not because it has to, but because they didn't take action early enough. Your lungs are with you every second of your life. Caring for them, strengthening them, and protecting them is one of the most important things you can do to preserve your health and independence as you age. Number 4. Stroke. A stroke happens suddenly without warning, and in an instant, life can change forever. It's one of the top causes of death and disability after age 70, Yet many people don't realize just how many risk factors are actually within their control. The most alarming part? A stroke doesn't always give you a second chance. Once it happens, the damage can be permanent. But here's something most people don't know. Up to 80% of strokes are preventable. That means the actions you take today can determine whether you stay active and independent or experience a life-altering event. A stroke occurs when blood flow to part of the brain is blocked or when a blood vessel in the brain bursts. When this happens, brain cells begin to die within minutes. The longer the brain is without oxygen, the greater the damage. Some strokes are mild, causing temporary confusion or weakness. Others result in paralysis, speech loss, or complete dependence on others. And in many cases, a stroke is fatal. One of the biggest risk factors is high blood pressure. Over time, elevated pressure weakens artery walls, making them more likely to rupture or become clogged. And just like with heart disease, high blood pressure usually has no symptoms. That's why so many people walk around unaware they're at risk, until it's too late. Another common contributor is irregular heartbeat, particularly atrial fibrillation, AFib. Many seniors have AFib without knowing it. When the heart beats irregularly, blood can pool and form clots, and if a clot travels to the brain, it can cause a stroke instantly. The good news? A simple medical exam can detect these issues early, and with treatment, your risk can drop significantly. Then there's diet and lifestyle. Too much sodium, processed food, and unhealthy fats increase stroke risk, while inactivity causes blood flow to slow and thicken. The best prevention? Stay active. Eat a nutrient-rich, low-sodium diet. Maintain healthy blood pressure and cholesterol levels. Even small changes like adding leafy greens, drinking more water, and cutting down on packaged foods can make a huge difference over time. One thing that often gets overlooked? Mini-strokes, also known as transient ischemic attacks, TIAs. They may cause momentary confusion, blurred vision, or slurred speech, and then disappear. But they are urgent warning signs. Ignoring them could lead to a major stroke the next time. So if you experience any unusual symptoms, even briefly, seek medical attention immediately. Here's the bottom line. You have more power to prevent a stroke than you think. Regular checkups, a heart-healthy diet, staying physically active, and recognizing early warning signs can help you stay independent and avoid the devastating effects of a stroke. The earlier you act, the better your chances. Still watching? Leave a comment to show your support. If you're still with us and finding these insights valuable, comment number 4 below to let us know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Your support helps us continue creating quality content that informs and inspires people like you. Now let's move on. Number 5, cognitive decline and related complications. One of the most heartbreaking realities of aging is the gradual loss of memory, reasoning, and independence. Cognitive decline doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly, making subtle changes that are easy to dismiss at first. But as the years go by, those small lapses can turn into something far more serious, affecting daily life, relationships, and overall safety. Simple tasks, like managing daily routines, recognizing familiar faces, or making sound decisions, become difficult. And for many, cognitive decline isn't just an inconvenience. It becomes life-threatening. Dementia and Alzheimer's disease don't just affect the mind, they put the entire body at risk. As cognitive function declines, so does a person's ability to care for themselves. Simple things like remembering to take medications, eating balanced meals, or recognizing the symptoms of illness become increasingly difficult. Many seniors with dementia forget to drink enough water, leading to dangerous dehydration. Others may eat too little or too much, causing nutritional deficiencies or unhealthy weight gain, which increases the risk of other serious conditions. But perhaps the most dangerous consequence of cognitive decline is accidents. Forgetting to turn off the stove, leaving the door unlocked at night, wandering outside in unsafe conditions. These are all risks that become deadly as cognitive decline progresses. For many seniors, this leads to the painful reality of losing their independence. They may no longer be able to live alone safely, and without proper care, their health often declines even faster. The biggest challenge: recognizing early signs. The scariest part? Most people don't realize they're experiencing cognitive decline until it's already advanced. Early signs, like forgetting names, struggling to follow conversations, or misplacing important items, are often brushed off as just getting older. But these small changes are your brain's way of signaling that something is happening. The sooner you take action, the better your chances of slowing down the progression and maintaining a sharp, healthy mind for years to come. How to protect your brain: simple but powerful steps. 1. Keep your brain active. Just like muscles, the brain needs exercise to stay strong. Reading, learning new skills, doing puzzles, or even having deep conversations keeps your brain engaged and reduces the risk of cognitive decline. 2. Don't overlook physical exercise. Physical activity is just as important for brain health as mental exercise. Movement increases blood flow to the brain, which protects memory and cognitive function. Even light activities like walking or stretching can keep your mind sharper and your body stronger. 3. Stay socially connected. Isolation and loneliness accelerate mental decline dramatically. Regular conversations, meeting friends, and staying engaged with your community help preserve brain health and slow down cognitive decline. The more you challenge your mind with new experiences and meaningful interactions, the stronger and more resilient it becomes. 4. Pay attention to diet. What you eat directly impacts brain health. Omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins found in foods like leafy greens, berries, and nuts protect against cognitive decline. On the other hand, processed foods, excess sugar, and unhealthy fats contribute to inflammation in the brain, increasing the risk of dementia. A healthy brain starts with a healthy body, and the choices you make today can shape how well you think and function in the years ahead. Cognitive decline is not inevitable. Losing cognitive function isn't an unavoidable part of aging. By taking the right steps now, staying mentally and physically active, staying socially connected, and making smart dietary choices, you can significantly reduce your risk. Your brain is like any other part of your body. The more you take care of it, the stronger and healthier it stays. Final thoughts. Small choices, big impact on your future. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered. Heart disease, falls and injuries, respiratory issues, stroke, cognitive decline. These 5 causes are responsible for nearly all deaths after age 70. But here's what's most important to remember: they are not inevitable. Most people don't realize how much control they actually have over their own health, and by the time they do, it's often too late. The truth is, small, consistent choices made today can add years of strength, clarity, and independence to your life. The power of prevention is in your hands. No one wants to think about aging, but ignoring these risks won't make them go away. The good news is that awareness gives you power. Knowing the signs, taking preventive steps, and making your health a priority means you don't have to live in fear of what's ahead. Instead of focusing on limitations, you can focus on longevity, strength, and enjoying life to the fullest. What can you do today? Take a moment to think about your own daily habits. Are there areas where you could make small improvements? Maybe it's eating healthier, moving more, getting regular checkups, or staying mentally and socially active. Whatever it is, remember this: you don't have to change everything at once. Even one small step in the right direction can set you on a path toward better health and a longer, fuller life. Your well-being is your greatest asset. At this stage in life, your well-being is your most valuable asset. The more you protect it, the more you can enjoy time with loved ones, maintain your independence, and live without fear of preventable health issues. Every day is an opportunity to take care of yourself. The choices you make today can determine how strong, capable, and independent you remain in the years ahead. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it to your life. Your thoughts matter to us. Reading your comments gives us the motivation to continue creating meaningful content that informs and inspires. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue producing content to empower and educate. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.